Way back in 2019, in Chicago, things got really scary. Aliens attacked the city, and it was like a war zone. The German family, just a regular mom, dad, and their 2 kids, wanted to escape, but all the roads out of the city were blocked by the aliens. When a cop tried to stop them, the dad floored it and smashed through the blockade. They thought they were safe when they found a tunnel to escape through, but they got a nasty surprise. The tunnel was blocked by aliens. The dad froze in fear, even though his wife begged him to turn back. Suddenly, something strange happened. A weird pulse zapped through the car, hitting both the mom and dad. The kids looked up and saw a strange creature standing in front of them. 9 years later, the aliens had taken over the whole world. They called themselves Legislators because they made all the rules now. They got things like power plants running again, but only for the important folks who lived underground. Life on the surface was tough. The aliens cut off communication between cities, so nobody knew what was happening elsewhere. Some brave folks tried to fight back, but it didn't go well. There was this big plan to attack the closed zone in Chicago, but it failed. The rebels disappeared, and the cops said they were all gone. William Mulligan sits down to watch video recordings from Gabriel's apartment. Gabriel's brother, Rafe, died fighting in a big fight against the people in charge, and now he's seen as a hero. The videos show Gabriel going about his usual morning routine. He wakes up his girlfriend and shows her a photo from the other side of the lake, which is off limits now. She doesn't want to believe that things have changed so much, but Gabriel is planning to leave the city that night with a friend who fixed up a boat. Gabriel knows they're being watched all the time. Meanwhile, Mulligan looks through newspapers and sees an ad for a fire suppression system called Phoenix. He goes to see an old friend, Jane, who runs a brothel. There's a symbol for Phoenix on the wall, and Mulligan notices the police chief there. The owner of the brothel greets Mulligan warmly and gives him a gift box, mentioning something about the Dons. Back at the police station, Mulligan shares what he found with his partner, saying that Phoenix is up to something big. But his partner doesn't believe that anyone from the resistance could have survived the last big fight. In the subway, 2 resistance members meet because they saw the Phoenix ad too. It turns out it's a signal from their leader. They learn there's a way into the zone through the stadium, and there's a big unity festival happening soon, with important aliens coming. All they need to do is figure out how to sneak in. The next day, Gabriel goes to work. He has to pass through a system that scans everyone's chip. He works in a place where they look at lots of private videos and check people's internet history. He sends all the info to a big central place and destroys the records. After work, his colleague gives him a cigarette with something strange in it, and Gabriel hides it. When he leaves work, he sees guards taking away a woman, and an alien ship is taking more people to be slaves in the mines. There are big alien robots around the city, making sure nobody escapes. Gabriel heads to the boat, but he's shocked to see his friend with a weapon. They start arguing, and then Mulligan shows up and tells Gabriel to get in his car. Mulligan reminds Gabriel that he used to be partners with his dad, and he doesn't want Gabriel to end up like his brother. Gabriel doesn't know anything about Phoenix, and he's not going to tell anyone even if he did. He meets the person he's supposed to sell the special cigarette to, but the guy shifts Gabriel into his van. They put special collars on Gabriel to block his tracking chip and drive him to destroy part of town. In one of the few buildings still standing, Gabriel finds his brother Rafe, who's alive. Rafe tells Gabriel that he's the only one left from their old group. Someone removed Rafe's tracking chip, and now he's part of a new group. Rafe takes the cigarette and gives Gabriel a bunch of money, telling him to leave because Phoenix is planning to fight the invaders. The brothers argue about whether it's worth starting a rebellion, but Rafe thinks they should fight as long as they can. Gabriel rushes home and starts packing, trying to convince his girlfriend to come with him. She wants him to stay, especially after finding out Rafe is alive and seeing the money. They argue, not knowing the police are listening in. Gabriel leaves alone but runs into Mulligan, who was following him. Gabriel runs away and hides in underground passages, putting on another collar to trick the alien drones. Mulligan goes back to the police station, where he has a whole room dedicated to Phoenix. He realizes Rafe might still be alive. Rafe's message reaches its recipient, and the info is passed to a secret center where they figure out Phoenix's target. The newspapers publish Phoenix's message, and the group members get ready. One of them working on a radio sends a signal, heard by a man with a dog. The man takes the dog for a walk, and its barking is heard by a mechanic girl. She rushes to her car and heads to an underground clinic. There, a doctor removes tracking chips from dead people and gives them to the resistance members to fool the scanners. One of the resistance members, a priest, meets with Rafe. The pair goes to get weapons from a dealer. They get special explosives from a girl who found them in a crashed alien ship. These explosives can be detected by scanners if they're attached to someone's skin or hair. Then, the resistance group meets up. The leader gives everyone new chips and shows a photo of the person who will go to the aliens. He also gives them poison capsules to use if they're captured. The group sneaks into a festival and attaches the invisible explosives to an official. When the aliens arrive, the official explodes, causing chaos. The city locks down, and the police start looking for the attackers. The priest is the first to die, caught in the gunfire. Rafe gets caught by an alien, but his friends come to save him and destroy the alien. The surviving rebels try to escape, but the aliens bring in more warriors to track them down. The aliens get ready to destroy the district where they think their resistance is hiding. Mulligan tries to stop the police chief from reporting to the aliens so they have more time to catch the suspects. But the decision has already been made, and no one cares about Mulligan's concerns. Raids start in the city, and Gabriel is captured. His brother and 2 friends manage to board buses just before their chips expire. But the buses are stopped by the alien warriors. One of the resistance members takes a poison capsule. The mechanic girl attacks a warrior and gets vaporized. Rafe tries to run but gets captured and brought to the police station where Gabriel is being interrogated. Mulligan shows Gabriel how Rafe is being tortured to make him talk about Phoenix. Gabriel learns that the city is about to be destroyed and agrees to send a message to the resistance leader. He's brought to Jane Doe, who is the leader of the resistance in the city. But before they can talk, the police raid the place and kill Jane. They find out Jane was a teacher who changed jobs to spy on the police for the resistance. Mulligan shows recordings from the brothel where it's heard that the police chief was leaking secrets to the aliens. The captured resistance members are sent to work in the alien mines, and Mulligan is appointed acting commissioner after claiming the threat in Chicago has been neutralized. Later, Mulligan meets with Gabriel and shares a new idea with him. What if the uprising's failure was actually planned? He gives Gabriel a memory card from a phone Jane once gave him. The next day, Gabriel watches a video on the card. It's from a party before he was born, where family friends left messages for him. He sees Mulligan and Jane Doe, who knew his mom, along with other Phoenix members. Meanwhile, Mulligan is allowed to go to the Earth Control Center and meet with the Legislators. As he heads to the spaceship, the same invisible substance used in the stadium attack appears on him. This reveals that Mulligan is also part of the resistance. The plan was for him to infiltrate the main alien base and set off an explosion. The film ends with a map showing that the plan worked, and the city blockades were lifted. This sparks more resistance all over. Humanity starts fighting back against the aliens. Even though it's labeled as science fiction, the message is realistic. It asks how humanity would act if it realized it could be completely taken over. The filmmakers draw inspiration from history, believing that a small action can start a big change. The movie is like a political thriller, full of revolutionary ideas.